Not for your party. You can hop on board and take back seats.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. My name is Andrew, and I'm going to be your guide today as we visit just over 400 acres of movie studio property. Make sure you slide all the way over to the right-hand side so we can fill in all the available seats on this tram. Also, make sure that you have a pair of 3D glasses. If you're thinking, what are 3D glasses? Then you gotta raise your hand so you can get some, because you're gonna need them throughout the tour here today. Now, let's see what else. Oh, if you have anybody in your party whose feet can't touch the ground, move them towards the center of the tram, otherwise they might go flying out, and then you gotta pay the price of admission to see them again. Thank you, Sarah. Also... Oh, this is going to be a fun one, everybody. We have a wonderful driver here. His name is Marty. Everybody say hi, Marty. He's going to be driving us a very fast and furious 8 miles an hour. Pedal to the metal, baby. Watch your arms and legs as they close those gates. Don't want anyone to get injured. I think that's it. Everybody got their glasses? Yeah, good. Anybody celebrating a birthday? Happy birthday! Welcome! Thank you for celebrating your special day here with us. Maybe later in the tour you'll see the birthday party we have set up for you. Now we're just waiting on a double thumbs up here to get out of here. But while we're waiting, any first timers? Also, all right, welcome first timers. We got a lot of cool things to show you. We are actually the oldest movie studio in LA. No matter what Paramount Studios likes to say. That's 2 thumbs up. Turn to your left. Wave goodbye to all those people still standing in line, because that's not us. We're hitting the road, Jack, and we're not going to come back no more. Now, Marty and I, we're pretty good at what we do, but there is another person I want to introduce you to. You know him as the host of The Tonight Show, but today he's the co-host of the studio tour. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Andrew.
And the greatest driver.
Marty.
They're the best. I love them. Even though...
Andrew.
Owes me $5.
Wait, what?
You guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, if you need guest assistance, have a medical emergency, drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any issues with audio and video, reach up and pull this red cord that runs along the center of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, remain seated at all times with your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Please remember, our studio is private property. So again, if you need any kind of assistance, reach up and use that red cord. Otherwise, kick it. Now, be prepared. Our studio tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and a lot of water effects. Have your cameras and phones out, but be on the lookout. I don't want them to get wet or broken. And last but not least, no smoking and no selfie sticks on the studio tour. And that's it. That's all the rules. Pretty easy. We're going to leave the theme park now and take you down what we call the Universal Movie Timeline. Where on your left and on your right are just a couple examples of the thousands of movies that Universal Studios has put out into the world since we first opened our doors back in 1915. Yeah. We are over 107 years old, and we look pretty good for our age. Thank you for noticing. Now, not only are we a movie studio, though, our founder, Carl Laemmle, wanted to create a place completely dedicated to movies, so we are also our very own city. We're Universal City. We have our own zip code, our own honorary mayor, a hospital on the lot, a gas station, 2 different coffee shops, which is like any more indication of a city? I don't think so. And our own fire station. This Fire Station 51 on the right-hand side, home to real firefighters that handle all of our emergency services. Thank you. But the name Fire Station 51 is a reference to the TV show Emergency, written by Dick Wolf in the 70s. Dick Wolf would then later go on to write Law and Order, all 8,000 of those other variations of that show. Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD. Very busy guy. But you see, when we first started making movies out here, our bread and butter was silent movies. Movies where you didn't hear the actors speaking to each other. But then talkies became popular, or movies with sound and dialogue. So we had to build these giant soundproof warehouses over on your left-hand side. They're about 98% soundproof. We call them sound stages. and it allows us to film in there without worrying about large trams driving past or any outside noise. That's Soundstage 12 on the left, the single largest soundstage on our lot, where we built some incredible sets. Hey, Robert. Now, on your right, really quick, doesn't look like much, but that is the backside of Super Nintendo World, which is going to be opening in 2023. Very exciting. But now back to movies and TV shows, right? On your left, these sound stages were used in the reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, titled Bel-Air, more dramatic version starring Jabari Banks. It's also where they filmed the iconic shower scene in Psycho. But you can see these doors are open on Soundstage 17. Unless you see inside an actual soundstage. This is where they first filmed Superstore, starring America Ferrera. Then it would be home to Saved by the Bell reboot. And then later, Season 2 of Hacks, which actually just recently finished filming. But this area that we're driving through is what we call the Universal Front Lot. Because it's the front of our studio. I know, great name, very descriptive. But this is where a lot of our executive offices, as well as most of our sound stages, are going to be. You know, speaking of sound stages, I want to point out Soundstage 21 on your left-hand side. There's some people walking in and out of it right now, but this is where Steven Spielberg filmed scenes from Jurassic Park. The scene where the kids get sneezed on by the dinosaur, as well as when Dr. Grant, played by Sam Neill, is trying to outrun that falling Jeep, all filmed inside of that soundstage, which you can see inside of. This is dope. That's also where they filmed NASA Mission Control Center in Apollo 13, directed by Ron Howard, who utilized the asphalt around it to make it look like the surface of the moon for the moonwalking scenes. We're pretty versatile here. You can pretty much film anywhere and everywhere on our lot. On your right-hand side, though, are going to be more and more of our TV sound stages. We actually got our broadcast television debut with the opening day ceremonies of the 1939 New York's World Fair. And it's just been hit after hit ever since. Now, I know it looks like there's a lot of ambulances over here. This is being used for the promo of the Michael Bay movie Ambulance. Not regular ambulances. They are what we call picture cars. Don't worry. Oh, they turned on the lights for us. Now, on your left-hand side is our first celebrity sighting. It's Ted from Seth MacFarlane's Ted and Ted 2, welcoming us to the production bungalows with the dirtiest martini you've ever seen. Honestly, disgusting. But then, these production bungalows on your left, back in the golden age of Hollywood, like the 30s to 50s, these were fully furnished trailers for stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball after I Love Lucy. This is where they would get their scenes that they would work on for the day and then go across the street to film inside of our sound stages. These days, though, we use these as production offices for folks like $7, that's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's production company. Jordan Peele and Monkey Paw Productions also have their offices here on the lot. They're actually getting ready to release Nope, his next film, starring Keke Palmer and Stephen Yeun. Very excited. You'll see Mark Platt Productions on the left. They're the executive producer of La La Land, Dear Evan Hansen, and the upcoming Wicked movie. There's Brownstone Productions on the left. That's Elizabeth Banks' production company, creator of Pitch Perfect. She's neighbors to Bungalow 5195, which used to belong to Alfred Hitchcock, the director of Birds and Psycho and many, many more. It's now where the De Laurentiis production company brings the legend of Dr. Hannibal Lecter to the big and small screen. Then you have two of our more modern sound stages, 22 and 23 on your left-hand side. And I say modern because they have those warehouses, those soundproof warehouses on the bottom floor, and then writers' rooms on top. So let's say that we're filming something in here, like Kenan Thompson's hit TV show. And they realize that just the lines aren't working the way they want them to. They can send someone upstairs to the writer's room, They'll come out with a couple of alternative lines, or alts, as we call them in the biz. Then they can go right back downstairs and start filming everything immediately. It saves a lot of time and money. Originally, though, these were built for Hairspray Live, starring Maddie Ballio, Jennifer Hudson, Ariana Grande. This is where they filmed all of their promo material as well as all of their indoor scenes, their interior scenes. And what's great about filming in these is that you can film those inside scenes and then just walk right across the street to the Universal backlot, where we film our exterior scenes or our outdoor scenes on a gigantic scale. Now, we're not going to be able to take you into our metropolitan sets, our big city sets today, because they are gearing up for filming American Ninja Warriors Season 14. They're actually in the middle of building the giant obstacle course. You'll get a sneak peek of it when we start going again. But we can use our metro sets to make it look like any major city we want, real or imagined. It's been New York a lot of times. In The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Captain America, The First Avenger. When you see Chris Evans get super buff and he's chasing down the Nazi spy, that filmed in our metro sets. Or we can make it look like downtown Los Angeles in Transformers, starring Shia LaBeouf. This is the street where Shia ran down holding onto the Allspark while big robots were fighting over him and blowing up. What's going on? Oh, well, I love that. I love that. Now, oh, there goes that train of thought. Goodbye. It'll come back. We've also made it look like New York in the Mindy Project, and also India for a couple of wedding scenes in that show. It's been turn of the century London in The Prestige, starring Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. Had people walking around in period-style clothing, a bunch of fog machines around because it was the foggy streets of old London. It's pretty incredible what we can do out here. We can even drop a Pinto like they did in the Blues Brothers.
When the Pinto fell,
And you saw it land and make this big hole in the street.
that was on the back lot.
We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, not a good idea.
When people ask me, all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying and the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, and trained with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest because just didn't walk into anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing. We couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him. He saw a light on in this one house and knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's Guest. I mean, literally that happened.
Now, about 17 years ago at this point, there was a pretty major fire in our backlot that burned down a lot of our sets. However, a lot of directors came together, including Steven Spielberg, and they helped rebuild our sets and made them HD camera ready. They called it Project Phoenix. And we love working with our directors. They love working on our lot, and we've actually worked with a lot of Oscar winners and have a lot of Oscar winner pictures ourselves.
I'm bad. I'm not bad, no. I'm rotten.
You're my knight in shining armor. Don't you forget it. I will have poetry in my life. And adventure.
Yeah, and I'm great with people. I have kids. Learned a lot right there.
You never really understand it.